Hello! Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Now here's the idea. My hope is that you go to Lions and Rabbits during Art Prize and you go check out the installation that I made. It's called Possibly. And after you experience the installation, the time-based installation, then I want you to come and watch this video because I'm sharing with you what I tried to do. So here's the deal. It started with this book. It's called This is a Square. It was written by Bill Kenner and myself, and then I made the little illustrations of these little guys right there looking at this cover, this image. They see that and they're talking about it. So that was the book, right? That was the first part of this project, making the book. Well then, the ending of the book, it says, is it possible? That's the ending of the book. Now this book here is called Spinach Dip Pancakes. And this book was in the making for literally 15 years. And it's filled with poems and mixed media illustrations. But right there, anything is possible, right? The first section, it's split throughout the book 4 times. And it's kind of a response to the end of that book. So, the song then came as well during the process. There's 33 musicians who helped to make the song. We made the song 5 different ways, and then what you hear in the installation here is those songs split up into one big, or not split up, put together into one big hybrid. So here, you hear it? There it is, right? And so there's the song, and the song, those 4 little verses, it was over 10 years in the making of writing that. In fact, if you look in this book right here, it says problem, too many possibilities, dated December 27, 1999, right? Stay focused on one thing and follow through. There's a little note, right? It's a little doodles towards the making of the book. But that little note was what became the start of this little verse that we hear and hear. And it's the follow-up to this. In fact, talking to Bill one day, who we wrote the book together, I was telling him this little verse of anything's possible, anything at all, anything is possible, we just can't do it all. And he said to me, why would you say you can't do something? And I said, well, that's the point. You can't do it all. And he said, well, why would you tell yourself that? And I thought, we can do it all, but no. And then I realized, through the conversation, we realized we don't have to do it all. And it stayed in those 3 little verses for a long time. But then, one day, this was years, like you said, these 4 little verses. But then it was just the concept of anything is possible. Just listen for your call. Like, what are you supposed to be doing? So then making the song, all these musicians, friends, family, putting it together. Now the video, right? This video right here that you see, we shot it in one day. So it's ironic that the song, in the lyrics and the production of it, Al McAvoy is the mastermind between the mixing and the production and the recording. There's a list of all the musicians involved. You can see that. What was I saying? I lost my check. The video, right? This video was shot in one day, a Sunday afternoon in September last year, I think it was. But it's just footage of trees and light. And I remember this day seeing the light shine through the trees and just think, it's just so beautiful, so simple, so incredible. And so I started shooting the footage, and this last shot, it goes forever. This goes forever and ever. But then right at the very end, watch this. I'm going to move the camera. Right? My daughter just happened to walk into the shot. First the dog ran into it, and then my daughter walked by, and it was as the camera panned down, and as it plays out, I just thought it was such a perfect, simple moment of just, just simplicity, just not overthinking, and just what she says to the dog, and I don't know, I just loved it. So the video, right, in one day, the irony of the song and the lyrics taking years, the creativeness. I love to connect things, so this book and then this book, how they connect. Now, the installation, right, I was so excited to connect with Hannah here at Lions and Rabbits, and this space, to have this environment where it all just came together to project it. And I love that the door is right there, and how, right, now the timing, by the way, it's 3 different videos. I gotta get rid of that graphic, it's driving me nuts. But the 3 different videos play, there's 3, right, we don't see them yet. There's this one that you see behind me, it's the book. It's just simply the images of the book, left, right, the pages turn, the characters are discussing what they see, right, but then it fades out, and then we hear this, we see that. And so it's always different timing. We never know what exactly the viewer, you guys, will experience because it loops randomly. But that's the point. That's what I love about it. So, all right, so now the video's looping again, the book, and in the bottom over corner right here, you can't see it, we show some answers, not answers, some possibilities, just a few possibilities. We projected it upside down with the idea that just, you know, changing perspective. But that's the idea of the 3 videos, and I really love the composition of how it came together. This one's in the corner on purpose, kind of showing the book, the spine of the book, the idea of opening the book. But I love the big image of the nature, the tree, the little possibilities screen here, then the medium book here, and how it lines up in the way that this projector filled the screen, and that line comes down and it lined right there, right? And it just connects. So I'm trying to bookend it, support it. It's 3 different projectors projecting the images. And that's on purpose, 3 different types of projectors. I don't know, I overthink stuff, I guess, but I just liked using different projectors, some old school kind of stuff to put it together as stands. I love repurposed material. So there's this old technology, this projector screens carousel thing, but just using that as a tripod. Ultimately it becomes a tripod. You know, with the possibilities, with the idea, with the song, the chord progression to the song, you might recognize it. This little light of mine. It's the same chord progression on purpose, that foundation of that. The characters, by the way, if you're still watching this, wow, crazy, but I wanted to just share some thoughts that you may find interesting. These characters are representational of left brain thinking and right brain thinking, and the whole story of that, right? How we process, how we just look at things. And if anything, my hope is that you enjoy this space, this feel, the environment that was created. And I'm trying to think of something dynamic. So that's the book. That's the idea. That's the installation. Thanks for watching. Feel free to reach out with any questions, thoughts, comments. Thank you. Where's the button?